Good evening, Warriors! How we doing this evening? Long day for Vigor Warriors 2, but we're still going to do one of these because I want to make sure we get the message out every day and continue to talk about this issue and continue to be a voice with all you guys about trying to say it's time to stop this nonsense and start being men again the way men should be. And I think that warriors need to unite and continue to have self-discipline, control, and be able to continue to conquest yourself and conquest things around you. All right, so thank you guys for all your comments. Thank you guys for all the subscriptions, the donations, things like that. I do want to shout out to a few people. I was able to kind of look at some more of the comments, great topics that we're going to kind of cover. Kelijah Warren, thank you, my friend. Samuel S Hirsch, thank you. Goldz Guidance, thank you. Abraham, thank you. John Jennings, Lewis S, thank you. Arjen, thank you again. Yusuf, Tobi, trouble with insomnia. We're going to talk about that one a little bit in a different type of video, but thank you for that comment. I think that's a good topic to talk about, how you can get better sleep with semen retention. I think it's a great topic to look at. Brian Alonso, thank you. Bro Taho, thank you. HSRNUX, thank you. Greeting from Switzerland. Welcome, my friend from Switzerland. We're happy to have you. And Geodu92, sorry about that. Monalisa, thank you for your comments as usual. Villem and Bodean the Trill. So thank you guys for all your comments, and I appreciate that. Shout out to you guys, and we'll continue to look at more shout outs as we go along. Every day I'll try to do 9 or 10 if I can, and we'll continue with this. Now, the topic is, I think, a fun one. I like to talk about a little bit on this. Let me see if I get myself a little straightened out a little bit here. Maybe not. We'll see. But the topic we're going to talk about today is actually talked about by a few different people. The two people that I want to kind of shout out to is Troy Thompson. A shout out. And For Even Blessed, because both of you are kind of talking about the same type of thing. But let's talk about that a little bit in semen retention. So the topic they're talking about is how other men react to you. And there's a couple of different ways they react. One in which, and Troy Thompson says this, is men can be intimidated by you. And I think that's very, very accurate. Now, For Even Blessed is saying that men start to pick on you, bullying you. They think you're sleeping with all kinds of women, all this kind of stuff, because you have this power and energy. And they may, in some cases, start being violent. So let's kind of talk about this whole dilemma and how to deal with this as we go along. So it's almost like you're in a bar situation and you're sitting there and these women come up to you, and they may have other boyfriends. That doesn't matter. Subconsciously, they're attracted to you. I see this again today, as I do in every day, that women find you irresistible because of that energy level you have. It's not something that you're really doing, though you could probably act confident and you probably act a little more confident, but it's because the energy you're keeping in your system is so rare nowadays that women can smell it a mile apart. They sense it. They feel it. They want to be a part of it and be around it. You know, it's just very apparent what you're doing, especially if you transmute it and you do it in the right way, where you're using it through your whole system, and the nutrients are being, kind of filled through your system, and all your chakras are moving ahead. All those things are moving. Women are naturally you're going to be irresistible. And in fact, as someone mentioned, and I'll have to catch up with, like I said, some of the shout outs, but as someone mentioned, that when you start even telling them that you're celibate or you're on retention, now it's even more crazy, because women see what you're doing. They understand it. And obviously they become very attractive to you, and now they want you to chase them or to be part of them, in the hopes one day subconsciously that you're going to end up releasing to them. And that's a normal type of thing that we have in society. It's not saying that anything is good or bad. It's just the way that females react, especially if they want to mate and they see someone who has that superpower that can do that. And nowadays, because so many guys are releasing all the time, this is what's told as a great thing in society, that you find a man who doesn't release is 1% of the whole population. Now, I think it's moving a little bit higher, more and more people recognizing it, but it's a problem. It's a deadly problem in our society because there's not enough men who are strong enough to be able to kind of do what they feel is right and stand up for the things that they think are correct and protect and provide, that you become a superhuman person in many ways because it's very rare. Now, on top of that, because it's rare, because so many men are kind of in the simp behavior, they're beta males because they release thinking this is a healthy thing to do all the time. They're releasing their energy, and so because of that, now they sense you and your power. And it could be jealousy, could be envy, which is always a problem in the Bible. We talk about this all the time. They want to be like you. They see that women are around you all the time. Now, they may not directly be able to deal with you, and this is why they feel intimidated. But as a result of that, they will try to knock you down any way they can because they don't want to look bad in front of you. And this is nothing you're doing, warriors. This is just the fact of the matter that you are retaining. And you're exuding self-discipline, which other people see and they react to, and they don't like it because you're showing them up in a certain way. Now, you're not trying to do it on purpose, of course, but the end result is that you have their woman who basically is now attracted to you because she is going to be attracted to you. And whether they're married or not, it doesn't really matter. They see that attraction. Now, of course, you're obviously a high-standing person, that a warrior who knows what they want, and you're not interested in that kind of stuff. But I will tell you that this attraction is very real. In my experience, it's very, very real. And I think because of that, you got to be careful of situations. And one of these situations is the men around you who obviously feel intimidated. You have to try to make them feel comfortable, and trying to associate with it. The energy is just flying off your body, your energy, that it's very hard for them to not have a intimidation of you because they're releasing all the time. They're at their weakest point, and here you come, Superman coming through the door, and you have this glow, this energy that just senses, total testosterone levels that are reaching the roof and blowing up the roof. They're going to be intimidated. Then they're also going to feel that, they're going to feel jealous, envious, especially if all the other women, they like you and they have crushes on you, or they want to try to date you. Even if you're married, I've seen people hitting on me no matter if I'm married or not. They don't care. Because as people have mentioned in these comments, women sense the energy. They want you. They want the energy. And a lot of times they'll forego their boyfriends and girlfriends. They don't care if you have a wife or anything like that. And women know this. Women know that they're not really jealous of men. They're jealous of other women hitting on their men. And I've seen this. I've heard this many, many times before. Because they know how women are. Women are really emotional creatures who have this energy, and they have a lag in the energy, and they want your energy, warrior. And you have to be very careful of this. And when it comes to the men around it, the men will try to knock you down. Now, warriors who know warriors, we respect it. We respect it, and we are working with you to become that strong warrior army that we need. So you have no fear from another warrior. Because another warrior is just like you are. They're knowing what their place and what they're doing. The people you have to worry about are those releasers who are beta males who don't understand what you're doing and have no idea of why this is occurring. They're going to be jealous. They're going to figure out their own explanation of why you're popular or all the women, want you. They're going to figure this out, and all of a sudden they're going to come after you and try to knock you down. They're trying to make you feel bad. They'll try to accuse you of things with other people, other women. They'll try to bully you. All these things happen. And you've got to be strong, my friends. But remember, 2 things. One is don't stoop to that level as a warrior. Know that you are top line. And you don't need to deal with this kind of stuff. And secondly, make sure you don't get angry. Make sure you're not an angry type person who flies off the handle. It will just lower your energy. You'll get drained out. And all of a sudden, you'll look worse to the situation as well. So just keep that in back of your mind, warriors, that you're going to experience these things. And I've experienced them. Other people experience them. There's people that are just not going to like you, men or women, because they sense the energy and they can't deal with it, or they ignore it, or they don't want to recognize it. So now you have to then deal with the people who are your releasers, and those are the people that are going to feel intimidated, but then also are going to feel violent and actually, bully you or attack you in many ways, whether it's psychological, even physical, because they don't like the fact that you're taking control of your life. And this is kind of an unwritten type of thing, that subconscious level, that women will desire you, men will hate you. Now, a lot of men will also respect you, and I've seen that happen a lot too. But those are the men who understand what a warrior is. And those men who respect you, those are probably retainers as well, even though they may not identify that. They're also probably warriors who actually understand and respect things. So you can tell a difference between people who are basically retainers and not, a lot of times because of the way they level of respect. And that's a key thing. So guys, as we look at this, and thank you again to the shout out for both Troy Thompson and Forever Blessed. I appreciate these comments because they kind of fit together what we're talking about here. You have a great superpower. As long as you continue to control yourself, use self-discipline, then you're going to have that control around you, and all of a sudden your life changes. And now you got to deal with the change of your life, which is ramifications of that, is that women will desire you all the time. And it doesn't matter who the woman is, they're going to desire you, or they're going to try to, once again, put you down to another level. And women will even do this. Not only men, women will do this. Because they're afraid of your energy. They know how attractive you are. So they may not like it that, you're with somebody else, other women like you. They may get upset with that too. So it's an individual thing, obviously. Some people like the energy. They're attracted to the energy. Some people, they may not want to admit the energy, and they may take the opposite approach. But you can deal with both situations. Obviously, when a person is attracted to you, they have a crush on you, or they just are hugely attracted to you, then obviously, in my opinion, unless you're interested in a relationship with them, and that's your prerogative, of course, but the idea to me is that you just kind of move on. You say, compliment, it's a compliment, thank you very much, and to say that, but just act a very nice way and say, look at, I'm not interested in a relationship right now, or just basically take it, say thank you, and continue to move on, okay? And then with the other situation, dealing with the people who are not happy with you, once again, take the high road, warriors. No need to waste energy, and continue to say thank you and continue to move on. I think you got to take both approaches and understand what's happening there. But once again, the key thing is don't get bogged down with trying to deal with this communication, this energy level people have when they're trying to knock you down. All right, once again, thank you. Shout out to both Mr. Thompson and Forever Blessed. I appreciate your great comments, and we'll do another one tomorrow if we get a chance. But remember 2 things, my friends. First of all, every day is a new day to a great warrior. And the second thing, my friends, it's time to continue to have a good evening and continue to always battle on!